The Misadventures of Fredrick Fumblefoot. Fredrick Fumblefoot was not your ordinary teenager. For one, he had the unique ability to trip over absolutely nothing. It didn't matter if the floor was smooth, carpeted, or even made of clouds, Fredrick would find a way to stumble. His mother called it a special talent, but Fredrick knew it was more of a curse. One Monday morning, Fredrick woke up with a sinking feeling in his stomach. He had gym class today, and there was a rumor going around that Mr. Thunderbuns, the gym teacher, had planned an obstacle course. The last time Fredrick attempted an obstacle course, he accidentally destroyed the school's entire supply of gym cones. As Fredrick dragged his feet to the school bus, his best friend, Jenny Jitters, bounded up next to him. Jenny was the opposite of Fredrick, always full of energy, with the balance of a ninja. She was also the only person who found Fredrick's constant tripping absolutely hilarious. "Are you ready for today?" Jenny asked, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "No," Fredrick moaned. "It's going to be a disaster. Like last time. And the time before that. Oh, come on. How bad could it be?" Jenny grinned. "You might even break your own record. Last time you knocked over a whole rack of basketballs. Maybe today you can take out the bleachers." Fredrick groaned again. Once they reached the school gym, the students were greeted by Mr. Thunderbuns, who stood proudly next to the most menacing obstacle course Fredrick had ever seen. It had everything: climbing ropes, hurdles, balance beams, and, of course, cones. Hundreds of cones. "All right, class," Mr. Thunderbuns barked. "Today is all about agility, speed, and coordination." Fredrick gulped. Those were 3 words that never described him. Jenny gave him a playful nudge. "You've got this, Fumblefoot." Fredrick wasn't so sure. The class lined up, and one by one, the students tackled the course. Jenny flew through it like a squirrel on a caffeine rush, earning a round of applause from everyone, even Mr. Thunderbuns. Then it was Fredrick's turn. He took a deep breath. "Here goes nothing," he muttered, as he charged forward. First obstacle, the balance beam. Fredrick managed 3 shaky steps before his right foot betrayed him, and he tumbled off the beam like a sack of potatoes. The entire class gasped, but Fredrick popped back up, as if nothing happened. "Just a warm-up," he called out, trying to stay cool. Next came the hurdles. Fredrick jumped the first one with a surprising amount of grace. The second one, not so much. His toe clipped the top, sending him flying face first into the mat. The hurdles wobbled but didn't fall, which Fredrick considered a small victory. But then came the cones. Fredrick had a history with cones, and they had never been friendly. He approached the maze of orange plastic with dread, knowing that if there was any part of this course destined for disaster, it was this. He weaved in and out of the first few cones, hope rising in his chest. Maybe this would be the day he finally conquered the cones. Nope. Fredrick's foot snagged on a rogue shoelace, and in a moment of slow-motion horror, he fell. Not just a regular fall, but a catastrophic, world-ending tumble that took out every single cone within a 10-foot radius. It was like a domino effect, but much more embarrassing. The entire gym erupted in laughter, and even Mr. Thunderbuns was struggling to hold back a chuckle. Fredrick lay on the floor, staring up at the ceiling, surrounded by a sea of fallen cones. Jenny appeared in his line of sight, offering him a hand. That, she said between giggles, was epic. Fredrick sighed and let Jenny help him up. Well, at least I broke a record. Yep, Jenny smirked. Most cones annihilated in under 5 seconds. You're a legend. As Fredrick dusted himself off, he couldn't help but laugh. Sure, he was the clumsiest kid in school, but at least he was memorable. And if nothing else, he'd given everyone a good story to tell. From that day on, Fredrick embraced his inner Fumblefoot. He wasn't the fastest, or the most coordinated, or even the most graceful, but he was always the one who made people laugh. And that, he decided, was its own kind of superpower. The end.